Do we get ready?
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of play between LTU and Roosevelt University. John Snow on the call with you alongside Jan Volker. LTU with a 10-point lead to start the second half of play, and quickly into that deficit is Lavasser for the Lakers.
That's why the good things start here for Roosevelt going into the second half of play. And of course, yeah, 21 on first half points here. And now everything going smoothly here for the Blue Devils. Now you see the turnover here.
Now a takeaway by Lavasser. Quickly down the lane in transition, pulls up, gives it away to Torchin. Lavasser is leading the way with 9 points for the Lakers. And the leading scorer for LTU is Jade Ferris with 8. Quick 3-ball, and that one goes in.
Wow.
Good 3-ball there by Amelia McNutt. And that's the second 3-pointer for the Lakers in this game.
And of course, McNutt was 0 for 1 in field goal attempts back in the first half, along with 0 for 1 in 3-pointers. Good way to put a 3-pointer here to begin the second half.
Off the fingertips of Jade Ferris, and it will go the other way with Roosevelt.
They don't want, like for the Blue Devils, they do not want to get, nervous here in the second half.
Beggs against Nagel. Across to McNutt. Gives it away to Urbanski. Now Torchin down the lane through traffic, and that one goes in. Great drive right there by Jayla Torchin. Now quick the other way. Nagel. And quickly, Grace Howerton will take a timeout. So you think this is a good timeout right here early on?
I think this is a good timeout because they just want to make sure to get the second half off right, and that's not what they had. That's not what Coach Grace Howerton had in mind here. Here, they can see it right now, 7 points here early in the third. And right now, this is a 3-point game. So you might want to think yourselves the strategy that you need to pull off of here.
No, definitely. 10-point lead at the beginning of this, and we're only just about not even 2 minutes in, and that deficit is now down to 3. So LTU has definitely got to think a little bit quicker on their feet and try to clean things up right here to maintain this lead. Nagel will inbound from right in front of the bench. And Fisher will bring things up. Gabby Goff checks in along with Kylie Beatty. Fisher thought about 3. Down inside the paint. Nagel with a little floater off the heel. And a foul is called on Nagel for the behind the back reach.
And that is Nagel's 3rd foul of the game, so she got to be very careful not to pick up another one.
Gabrielle Beggs gives things
what
up,
a
and
steal.
A good steal. Steal by Beatty down the lane. And rolls off, cannot finish.
And we got a pushing foul.
Foul is called. But that is something right there. Kylie Beatty's got to finish off that layup.
And the foul is on McNutt. That's her 3rd foul of the game.
Now the Lakers have 2 players with 3 fouls. McNutt and also Lavasser. So quickly out, Fisher. All the way across, Maggie Long thought about the 3. Kicks it out to Julia Huey, who checks in. Fisher, a long 3, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by Goff, and she finishes it off.
Nice way to pick things going there on the offensive rebound from Gabby Goff.
Goff, who had a big game against Lourdes in their last matchup, making a difference right here in the second half. Urbanski, 3-ball, and that one sinks right through. That's Urbanski's first bucket of the night. As they fix up the net.
Great work there from Megan Urbanski, who coming into tonight, let me see if I pull this out here. Coming into tonight, 44 out of 126 field goal attempts. And she played 31 minutes at Governor State, picking up 10 points and 4 rebounds.
And there'll be a foul called on Gabrielle Beggs as she came from behind to try to swipe that ball away from Gabby Goff.
So it looks like the Blue Devils will will stay in possession. Julia Huey will inbound the basketball. So far, it's been a close contest here. So far, here just 3 minutes in.
First foul on Beggs. Maggie Long over across to Huey. Pull up three, off the mark, and it'll go out of bounds. So Julia Huey was 1 for 4 of three-point attempts in that first half.
And of course, she was also 1 for 4 in three-pointers and 2
that
for 5.
Three ball goes through by Lavasser.
It looks like we'll get a timeout, 30-second timeout on Roosevelt.
Deion Thomas calls that timeout right after the three ball by Lavasser. So first Urbanski and then Lavasser, back-to-back three balls. And now it's Roosevelt who finds himself in the lead here in the second half. So it's the Lakers right now that are crisping up their shooting, but it's simple giveaways like that. The steal by Beatty and then not being able to finish off the layup, it's like those are dead giveaways that they just got to have.
And of course, for the Blue Devils, they cannot let their frustration settle in here. Of course, they had the lead for about 16 minutes back in the first half of play. And for Roosevelt, of course, back in the first half, their only lead lasted about 2 minutes. But for the Blue Devils, they need to focus on what needs to happen here in this game as well. Only down by 1, but right now they need to focus on what's happening here.
Fisher all the way around to Huey on the other side. Trying to hit Goff down low, but takeaway by Beggs. Gabrielle Beggs down low. Lavasser lost the handle, and it will go to LTU.
So Stevens and Evans will come back on, replacing Long and Huey.
So right now, what Roosevelt has been able to do, they're forcing LTU to pass around the perimeter and with a zone type read. So when they try to feed Goff and Jade Ferris down low, it's making them very difficult to work inside the paint.
And that's a good game plan there as well from Deion Thomas, the head coach of Roosevelt. Traveling call. And Coach Greg Harrigan is not happy with her team so far here.
Not the best of starts LTU has had in this game. Still a close one. Now find themselves trailing. Down the lane, quick kick out. Taylor Treat from the corner off the mark. Loose ball for it is still loose. Goff with a scramble and comes up with it. Down low for Evans, gives away to Beatty. Fisher. Beatty again, down the lane.
And it goes off the foot.
Goes off the foot of Urbanski, and it will stay with LTU. So this will be an inbound play from underneath. Gabrielle Beggs checks back in. She replaces Amelia McNutt. But again, going into this matchup, Roosevelt had won 2 back-to-back conference games after having a rough start. Now corner, quick pull-up jumper from Beatty off the mark. Taylor Treat with the rebound. Deion Thomas, the head coach for Roosevelt, really turned things around. Torchin with a drive down the lane, and it's foul called on Gabby Goff. So after getting the job, Deion Thomas, early on in October, not much time to prepare this team for the season. They had a rough start, but then able to pick things up along the way, and they've gotten themselves 2 back-to-back conference wins. So they got a lot of fire going into this. And they've got some good stuff to show for it. Case in point, Gensia Lavasser was now up to 14 points, and Taylor Treat coming in off the bench, making a difference as well. It's just that these offensive shooters for the Lakers have really stepped up over the past week.
And, of course, just like what we said in the broadcast, of course, before these back-to-back wins, they have lost 6 straight. So, for Deion Thomas, maybe he can get his team going, trying to find some improvement that he needs in the aspects of, the perimeter.
Converting 1 out of 2 was Torchin from the free throw line. Olivia Seedlecki checks in as well. Her first action of the night, and it's a pull-up jumper from the elbow. So Olivia Seedlecki.
Nice way to get things going from off the bench. She played 3 minutes at Lord's as last week, and she only picked up 4 points this season and 3 rebounds, 1 assist coming into tonight.
McNutt checks back in as well. Drive down the lane, off the mark, and a charge is going to be called as McNutt went right through Bailey Stevens.
So right now it's a tie game here at 35, and McNutt with her 4th foul of the game.
Olivia Seedlecki, a 6-foot sophomore out of Grand Rapids.
Actually made that Maddie Long.
Jade Ferris checks back in along with Gracie Bobo. Now Bobo gives it away to Dominique Evans. Back up top, now over the Ferris. Ferris all the way across for Bobo. She will take a 3-ball shot. It's off the mark. Seedlecki with the rebound. Evans inside the paint. Seedlecki, quick jumper try off the mark. Loose ball underneath. We got a foul called here, and it will be on Levasseur. And that's her 4th foul. Possession stays with LTU. And meanwhile, Levasseur, who is their key offensive asset right now with 14 points, she's in a bit of foul trouble right now.
And of course, Lauren Gillion from South Bend will make her way into the game. Her first action of the game, of course, coming into tonight, averaging nearly 3 points per game.
Ferris down low, nearly double teamed. All the way across to Evans. Now back up top, Seedlecki lost the handle. Shot clock down to 5. Fisher pull up 3. Just off the mark, rebounded by Beggs. Quickly in transition, all the way down low, and finishing it off is Levasseur.
Boy, this is a tightly contested game so far here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Both of these teams not going down without a fight.
Ferris gives it away. Fisher with a little bit of space inside the paint. Gives it away to Ferris. Lost the handle. Tried to give it up, but intercepted by Treat. Treat gives it away to Urbanski. Hands it off to Levasseur. Now Urbanski again. Down low, quick pull-up shot, and it goes in by Gillen.
So
Gillen with her first bucket.
So Gillen, yes, her first bucket of the game. She only played 3 minutes at Governor State, picking up an assist.
LTU has not looked the best with their passing down low and in and out. Fisher takes a 3-ball shot, and that one goes in.
What a shot.
Fisher now up to 8 points as they try to fix up the net. Gracie Mitchell will check in for Seedlecki.
And what an impressive performance in the last game against Lord while playing 37 minutes. 7 for 14 in free throw attempts. That is the most that any player has gotten so far this season. And she is 3 for 8 in field goal attempts. She picked up 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Nearly had a double-double here in the last game against Lords.
Hand off to Treat. Now Torchin. Through traffic. What a move right there by Jayla Torchin. Through 2 defenders. And now Fisher quickly in transition down the lane and a one-handed finish. And a beauty.
That is a good response there from Kendall Fisher, who's putting on a show here for the Blue Devils here tonight.
Fisher always quick to try to answer.
So far 10 points tonight for Kendall Fisher.
All the way across, Beggs will take a 3-ball shot off the mark, rebounded by Ferris.
They can get the lead here.
Fisher lost the handle, quickly around. Mitchell, 18-foot shot, and it goes in. LTU regains the lead as Gracie Mitchell gets her first bucket of the night.
Lead finally changed hands. And of course, the Blue Devils, of course, for the Lakers, they have lasted so few minutes there to have the lead here.
All the way across, Torchin against Ferris.
Staying on the shot.
Down inside. Beggs, 3-ball, and that one sinks right through.
Wow.
Gabrielle Beggs now up to 9 points. So back at fourth we go. Under 2 minutes left to go. LTU had a 10-point lead at the start of this third quarter. Erased immediately. 3-ball coming from Fisher off the mark. Taken away by Ferris. Mitchell rather to Ferris, and there's a foul, and Ferris is going to go to the line. So those offensive boards coming in. Gracie Mitchell with the recovery, and now it's Ferris with a try at getting back into the lead, or the deficit rather.
Of course, Jade Ferris 4 for 8 in field goal attempts. Back in the first half, she had yet to have a free-throw attempt until right
Foul was on Jayla Torchin, her second foul.
And of course, Megan Urbanski coming back onto the game.
Comes up short on the first try. Jade Ferris has 8 points tonight. Kendall Fisher leading the way with 10. Off the heel with that one, 0 for 2. It is those opportunities that cannot be taken for granted.
So Addie Nagel coming back on, and look at her go. Nearly got the handle. Oh!
Knocked away. Now Beggs into the corner. All the way up top, Torchin with all kinds of space, and she makes the best of it from downtown.
Nobody's even closing the space here. Blue Devils need to close the space.
Problem was Addie Nagel was putting a lot of pressure. Gabrielle Beggs got around her, so there was basically 5-on-4 for a long while. Nagel, Gracie Bobo now, and Bobo steps out of bounds on the transition try. So a turnover here for LTU. Deficit is now 5, 31.6 left to go in the third quarter. Evans and Bobo to the bench. Maggie Long and Fisher on the court.
Of course, you see Gracie Bobo getting the talking to from the assistant head coach, Emily Somerville. Right now, Roosevelt getting things going.
From the corner. And we get a foul right here as being pressured was Maggie Long by Abby Nelson. Nelson with her first sign of action tonight for the Lakers.
And of course, Abby Nelson previously played with Converse University, of course, one of the transfers on this Roosevelt team. She had 3 points so far this season coming into tonight. 0 for 2 in 3-point attempts and 1 for 6 in field goals.
Nelson, a junior guard out of Pickerington, Ohio. As Maggie Long goes to the line and nails that first free throw. LTU trying to potentially tie this up before the end of this quarter, or at least make it that much closer. Long makes both of them. And now Roosevelt will try to probably run the rest of this clock out. Nagel with the pressure. Beggs got around Long, down the lane, off the mark, loose ball for it. A foul was called. And a foul will stay.
So it looks like 2 free throws will be going on the way to end the third quarter, I believe. Nope.
Since the foul was called before the clock went down to 0, it basically still counts. And now the officials are saying that all players have to return back onto the court to finish off these 3 throws. The foul was on Lauren Gillen. That's her first foul.
And so Kendall Fisher will head to the line. Of course, like I said, 7 for 14 in 3-throw attempts in the last game against Lords.
So they will put 0.3 of a second left since the foul was called. So therefore, a foul being called, that would stop the play. So now it says foul was called on Gillen.
So
it was committed. It was committed on Gracie Mitchell. So Mitchell has to shoot. Mitchell nails the first one. Trying to make it at least a 1-point game going into the final quarter. And just does that. So they'll have to inbound it to end it, and there it is.
See, there you go.
So it is a 1-point deficit, 46-47. Roosevelt able to climb back in. They erased a 10-point deficit with under 2 minutes to begin this quarter. And now they find themselves up by 1 going into the fourth quarter. You think there's just a lot of stuff that LTU just has to clean up right here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of time left here for the Blue Devils to make things up here, make the improvements, because that's exactly what they need to do. Although, the Blue Devils definitely putting up a great showing here, trying to get things back to where they need it to be. And so far, Coach Grace Harrigan, hopefully to use some of the bench players that have been used, of course, for the frequency amount throughout the game, and of course some of the players who we haven't seen throughout the game.
And they definitely have used their bench. Olivia Seedlecki made a good impact right away with an open bucket try. Then Gracie Mitchell adds on a couple more, and she nails the last three throws to end the third quarter. So definitely, it looks like the bench is really contributing overall. And in fact, LTU does lead in that category with 20 bench points compared to the 16 of Roosevelt. And that is a good sign right there, knowing that your bench is going to contribute coming off.
Absolutely is a good sign. And of course, one player that we haven't seen so far in this game is Kate Jacobs, who usually, gets into the game within the last few minutes of regulation, but hopefully we'll probably see her in the game.
It's a possibility, and for Kate Jacobs, a 6'3" freshman out of Heartland, Michigan, who's gotten some action this season. As for Grace Howerton, she's looking to utilize her size to the advantage of this entire conference. But it's all a learning process with all these new additions. So Kendall Fisher around the perimeter, gives it away to Maggie Long. Thought about a 3. Good pull-up jumper try. Goes out of bounds, and it stays with LTU.
And that's a good sign going into the fourth quarter because, of course, LTU need these opportunities.
Long will inbound from underneath. Long has only 4 points thus tonight, as she has been averaging just about double digits thus far throughout this season. Down low, Ferris quickly up and in.
Good response.
Great inbound play right there by LTU to retake the lead.
10 points tonight for Jade Ferris, and what a great pass over there to Maddie Long to find Jade Ferris on the perimeter.
Wide open underneath was Lavasser, and that was just another dead giveaway by LTU right there.
18 points now for Lavasser.
Now trying to respond. Gives it away to Ferris. Hand off to Fisher. Fisher, quick pull-up jumper. Off the mark. Knocked away. Off the foot of Lavasser. And another loose ball, but regained.
Right now, turnovers can be costly right here.
Torchin down the lane against Ferris, and Gracie Mitchell with the rebound. So good defensive stop. Now quickly in transition. Ferris down the lane. Just off the mark. Still loose. Long picks it up. LTU regains possession. And now we have a stoppage in play.
And what do we have here?
They were They're going to have LTU inbounded from the sideline. So after all that was settled up, LTU still regains possession. Now quickly again, down low again for Ferris. It's knocked away and stripped away by Torchin.
And Torchin doing all the good work here.
And again, the shot clock did not reset on that transition, so now they have to inbound the ball again. So I guess it must have been the shot clock didn't reset on the LTU possession. So now it doesn't, and on miscommunication, loose ball coming in. And very wisely, Gabrielle Beggs throws it off Gracie Mitchell to regain possession. So this has been quite a bit of a scramble right here. Loose balls all over the place. Shot clock's not resetting.
Yeah, just like you said, miscommunication on the Roosevelt side of things, and now they're ready to inbound the basketball.
Taylor Treat now begs. Urbanski gives it away to Torchin. Hands it off. Moore quickly down the lane, off the mark.
Oh,
and
out of
Moore
bounds.
tried to regain it, but she was out of bounds, so LTU will regain possession right here. Ariana Moore tried as she might. Dominic Evans checks in for Gracie Mitchell. Mitchell will head to the bench.
And of course, Dominique Evans so far 8 rebounds and 2 assists tonight.
That's a great sign right there. Long all the way around the perimeter. Down low for Goff. All the way open. Up top for Julia Huey. Missed the mark. Possession goes with Roosevelt. Huey had all the space in the world, but has only made one thus far. And if it was one thing that was lacking right there, was the offensive production of Julia Huey. As she only has 1 bucket tonight, and that was a 3-ball. More players just need to step up right here to really make a difference. Beggs gives it away to Urbanski. Urbanski inside the paint, kicks out to Beggs. Now Beggs down low. Ball got knocked away, and it will go to the Blue Devils. So good defensive stop right there.
And of course, when you're now down by 1, this is the opportunity for the Blue Devils to stay put, trying to get things comfortable here and trying to take the lead.
Over to Evans, now to Huey. Fisher, over to Long, thought about it. Down the baseline, try to go underneath, missed the handle. McNutt, who checks back in. Quickly, pull up 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Evans.
That's her 9th rebound of the game.
Fisher picks up her dribble, gives it away to Long. Gets it right back. Long will take a 3-ball shot, and it goes in. Maggie Long with her first 3-ball of the night. And LTU does regain the lead.
And right now, the lead changed hands. Of course, no lead is safe here at this point.
And now another takeaway.
Oh, yes.
All alone in transition. Dominic Evans with the finish. That is good signs right there for LTU. First a 3-ball, then a breakaway opportunity.
Nice way to get things going off of a turnover, and now you can see the defensive rebound once more. Blue Devils are definitely getting things going here with about 6 minutes to go.
Long again, top of the key, just off the mark. Rebounded by Torchin. Long up to 7 points. Evans up to 4. And some huge defensive stops for LTU.
And she's getting some good defensive rebounds here for Dominique Evans.
Torchin around. Now to Beggs. Down low again to Torchin against Goff. And a good put-up basket right there by Torchin as Deion Thomas will take a timeout.
A 30-second timeout on Deion Thomas. And
this will be a full timeout by Deion Thomas.
Full timeout, yep.
So with a full timeout right here, and LTU is up by 2, 5:35 left to go. This has been a good transition right here. First the 3-ball by Maggie Long, then the steal and the takeaway and the finish by Dominic Evans. That is just what you need to do. Convert on the opportunities that are given to you. That's just a great transition right there.
Great transition, especially for both of these teams there. And we want to see more transition going along the way with the remaining 5:35 of regulation time. Hopefully we'll probably get to see more action being involved here. And hopefully both of these teams can go out here without a fight. Because of course, when the lead was up to 2, no lead was safe until the turnover was made here for LTU.
And turnovers aplenty for LTU right at the very beginning. And LTU does lead in the turnovers 16-15. But yet they still lead in the points off of those turnovers with 13. And they are leading the rebound game. They are almost up to 40 rebounds as they are at 39 right now. And Dominique Evans has led the way with 9 of those rebounds.
And, of course, Dominique Evans is there, right place at the right time to get these defensive rebounds. So she'll inbound it and give it over to Maddie Long.
Long brings it up, hands it off to Evans, now to Fisher. Inside to Jade Ferris, down low to Evans. Evans spinning around, trying to get a pass off, but it was taken away by Treat. Taylor Treat now brings it up. Now Urbanski inside the paint. Now out to the elbow. Treat again. Gives it away to McNutt. Now Moore to the corner for Treat. Again Moore. Shot clock down to 3. Blocked by Huey, loose underneath, and Evans comes away with it.
Nice.
Another great defensive stop by LTU. Huey, quick 3-ball.
Oh!
And she drills it. Huey finally catching a bit of fire. That's her second 3-ball of the night.
What a 3-ball from Julia Huey.
Urbanski down the baseline, well defended. Kick out. 3-ball coming from Treat is off the mark. Jade Ferris with the rebound.
Now let's see the Blue Devils can get things going here.
Fisher, aggressive drive inside the paint. Kick out to Evans. Evans all the way across to Huey. Huey picks up her dribble, gives it away to Long. Down low for Ferris. Kick out to Huey. Open at the top of the key.
Oh!
It goes in and out. Quick put
Yes!
back up and in by Jade Ferris.
Well done by Jade Ferris on the offensive rebound. We thought that Julia Huey was going for a back-to-back 3, but it was in and out. But good thing that Jade Ferris was there at the right place at the right time.
Ferris into double digits. Loose ball underneath. Velasser underneath and puts that one up and in. So now Fisher will bring things up. Inside, quick fadeaway shot.
Almost.
And it's rebounded by Treat. Treat quickly in transition.
Oh, what a block!
Huey. What a rejection by Julia Huey.
What a block that was. She's putting on a
Maintained
good show
everything.
here.
She read that Euro step just right and timed it perfectly. And a huge block.
That is definitely huge for LTU.
Huey trying to answer off the mark. Now McNutt will bring things up quickly in transition through the lane and curls it in.
And McNutt thought she was fouled on the play, but none given. And now Deion Thomas is upset, not giving the foul call. And now we will get a timeout on LTU.
Deion Thomas actually trying to claim that the ball was inbounded, but then somebody took it out of bounds, a re-inbound. But either way, Grace Howerton takes the timeout. This will be a quick 30-second timeout. LTU is up by 3, 2:36 left to go. And boy, Julia Huey, after struggling a bit on the offensive side, she's made up for it with the defense, with that huge block, able to get a 3-ball to go through. More people are starting to step up now here and there. Ferris with the key putback second chance shots. It seems like they're starting to fire in all cylinders. They just got to keep going with these defensive stops.
And they're definitely doing it right away. Right now it is crunch time for LTU to get things going and hopefully try to pick up the win. This is a close matchup that we have ever seen in one of the best games here this season for LTU. In my opinion, I gotta say that LTU's gotta go with it along with the remaining 2:36 here in regulation.
Trying to extend this. It's a one-possession game. And of course, we have seen a variety of close games thus far here at home. One of the first conference matchup, it was a close game that resulted in a loss against Aquinas. But hopefully tonight's not the case. LTU trying to regain it, and a foul is called, and it will be on Gabrielle Beggs defending against Fisher. LTU has won 3 out of their last 4 games, trying to make it 4 out of their last 5. And for Roosevelt, they're trying to win their third consecutive game in a row. Huey down low, beating Jade Ferris. Kick out Evans, now to Huey.
Huey was thought about the three.
Nearly taken away. Fisher, 3 ball off the mark. Evans going for the rebound. And there will be a foul called. So the hustle of Dominique Evans, all patched up, harnesses and braces and all, going for it all, and it pays off.
And Dominique Evans getting her 10th rebound of the game.
I mean, you talk about grit. Dominique Evans has a brace over her entire knee and a shoulder brace on top of that.
But that does not stop her from doing all the work.
Off the mark. Fisher with the rebound.
2 minutes to go. This is down. Oh, hurry. Time to play cat and mouse.
Down low. Shot clock down to 7. Long thought about it. Inside the paint. Little floater. In and out. Loose ball. Picked up by Beggs.
Right now, Roosevelt needs a 3 to tie or at least play conservatively.
Getting down to the wire here. Torchin. Hands it off to McNutt. Lavasser spins around inside the lane, stripped away. Now a quick hook shot try, and the foul is called on Evans. So first a good strip away by Evans, and now she will be called for a foul. It's only her second. But to finish my comment on Dominique Evans, you want to talk about the word grit. A leg brace and a shoulder brace, and she's got 10 rebounds on the night. And going for it all and willing to put her body on the line and take the hit.
It's all about determination here if you're Dominique Evans, and that's what she's up against. Meanwhile, Lavasser getting her first bucket on the 3-throw attempt. And Lauren Gillian enters the game.
And getting
traveling call.
Getting the call on the travel.
Gillian can't believe it. That was a traveling call.
Well, her momentum was taking her down to the court, and she had possession, so that is a turnover.
So LTU getting out of dodge here.
They're going to try to play conservative, run this clock out, maintain the lead, and try to extend it. Ferris at the top. Now over to Fisher. Huey again. Good control by Ferris, and now another takeaway by Beggs.
And now a foul to give.
Boy, that was a great setup by Gabrielle Beggs. She nearly put herself in front of Ferris to get that foul called. And luckily enough, Jade Ferris, that's only her first foul of the night. So she's been playing very well.
And McNutt coming back on.
So we're under a minute. 2-point game. Both these teams have a lot to give for. Torchin down low against Ferris. To the corner. Now up top for Beggs. Now McNutt, a drive down the lane. Little floater, and it goes in. We're tied at 58. LTU has possession. No shot clock. This is going to come down to a last-second shot. Nail biter here.
This is it. Who's going to be the hero of the night?
And a foul is called. Lavasser came in from behind. This will have to be an inbound play because both these teams have played rather conservative and neither team is in the bonus.
And it looks like we will get a timeout.
Timeout is called. 14 seconds left, and this will be a full timeout taken. So, Jan, my friend, we're in for another nail biter. We've been a part of a couple of these. First, the nail biter against Aquinas resulting in a loss, and now we get a nail biter here. Tie game, 58 apiece, 14 seconds. LTU with possession for a game-winning last chance shot.
This is crunch time here. One last shot could make a difference. And right now, since LTU will have the opportunity to get the basketball, hopefully one last shot could break the tie, or otherwise we go to overtime.
It's already been Thanksgiving, but overtime would be a Christmas gift early on.
An early holiday present.
The foul was on Lavasser, and Gensia Lavasser has up to 21 points, so she has been the sole source of offense for this Lakers squad. And for the leaders tonight, Jade Ferris with 12 points, Fisher with 10, Maggie Long with 7, and Julia Huey with 6.
So here we go, 14 seconds on the clock, and it is crunch time for LTU to get the victory here. Like I said, one shot can make a difference here.
They will have to inbound from the baseline. China Scott in for the Lakers. Fisher. Really winding it down. Fisher down the lane. Intercepted.
Timeout.
And a timeout is called in time by the Lakers as China Scott was able to get the takeaway. So instead of a last-second shot for LTU, with 1.5 seconds, it is Roosevelt with possession and one last chance to possibly get a victory right here.
And right now, if you're LTU, I was thinking about putting in a full court press. Right now, 1.8 on the clock. So this is a good opportunity for Roosevelt to have one last shot.
If anything else, I just saw that Kate Jacobs just went to the desk to check herself in. We will see Kate Jacobs for the first time tonight, and a correction, it was 1.8 seconds. So they put 0.3 of a second back on. And for Grace Howerton, they're going to try to use a little bit of height to the advantage. They bring in the 6'3" Kate Jacobs. But still, full court press to try to really make this a tough last shot opportunity for the Lakers here. And they're going to have to inbound it past half court on the Lakers side of the court. So this is a really tough situation right here.
So right now, full court press needed here for LTU. Of course, you see Kate Jacobs going in play for the first time tonight.
We start from the sideline at half court.
So this is it.
Last second opportunity. Beggs couldn't put a shot off in time, and we are going to overtime here at the Dime.
Woof, man, what a game so far.
It has been that kind. Back and forth we go. I mean, these teams have been evenly matched up throughout the entire time. The score was tied at 13 apiece first quarter. LTU won the second quarter by 10. Third quarter, Roosevelt really won that one. And this one, LTU has had the slight 1 point advantage, but still, we find ourselves going to overtime. So we will take a quick break, and we will come back to overtime right here on the LTU Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. We have bonus basketball for you here tonight on the LTU Sports Network. John Stowe and Jan Volker tied at 58, 5-minute overtime between LTU and Roosevelt.
And I gotta say, John, this is the first time that I have witnessed bonus basketball here at LTU in the 2 years I've been involved here. But this is going to be exciting here.
Oh, yes, definitely. Gets it away to Fisher. Fisher inside the paint. Little floater, and she's fouled on the way up. So Fisher with the first scoring opportunity here in overtime. LTU has had one other overtime game this year, and it was just recently against Governor State at the Siena Heights Classic Thanksgiving Tournament. And LTU pulled away with the victory in that overtime. And Governor State, a rather known face to Roosevelt, the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Nails both free throws. So Fisher with a good start to this overtime for LTU. Urbanski gives it away to McNutt. Down low for Torchin. Works away, now kicks it out. McNutt again. Lavasser down the lane against Evans. And that was just off the mark. Jade Ferris with a rebound, a scramble for it, and the jump ball is called, and possession goes with Roosevelt.
Wow, I thought Jake Ferris got most of it, but Roosevelt got lucky.
Pause of play. The shot clock did not reset, so there is 2 seconds left. So the Lakers have got to act fast. Since there wasn't a sole possession on that rebound, it's basically still shot clock going. Now loose ball underneath. Quick little floater try off the heel. It's a real scramble. And Torchin now will take a 3-ball shot. It's off the mark. Rustling is Fisher to regain it. Nagel will bring it up. Heads off to Evans. Now over to Maggie Long. Fisher from the elbow. Long kicks it out. Nagel down the baseline. Quick pull-up jumper. And it goes in on the friendly bounce.
Wow. Nagel
Nagel
getting the score off the glass. This goes off the rim, off the glass, and then put back in. Man, I'm surprised that Nagel made that shot from a tight angle.
Out of bounds goes with Roosevelt. Nagel now up to 4 points. Now it's a 4-point lead for LTU.
3:35 to go here in the overtime.
Underneath try. Oh, and foul from behind is Fisher on McNutt. So McNutt will go to the line, as that was a dead giveaway because McNutt was able to get around Fisher to get underneath in a good position. They're really trying to make a shot.
Of course, McNutt now 7 points, 2 assists, and 4 fouls on the play. This is her first 2 attempts of this game. Right now, she's 3 for 5 in field goals, 1 for 3 in three-pointers.
Lauren Gillen checks in for Roosevelt, along with Ariana Moore. Goes 2 for 2 on the 3 throws is McNutt. So now another 1-possession game. Nagel gives it away to Long. Ferris gives it away again to Long. Kicks out to Fisher. Fisher picks up her dribble. Shot clock down to 5. Ferris working her way down low. And an offensive foul is called against Jade Ferris.
That's a bummer there for Jade Ferris.
Ferris, that's only her 2nd foul, so no real concern there, but she will go to the bench.
I mean, she put in all the good work here at hand there, but good. Luckily, of course, she got her 2nd foul of the game.
Gabby Goff comes back on. McNutt around to Lavasser. Directing traffic. Picks up her dribble, really trying to find an open person, and that forces Deon Thomas to take a timeout. Boy, that was a great trap setup right there by LTU. Everybody else was guarded, and there was no option, so that basically forced Deon Thomas to take that timeout.
That was a good setup here. I gotta say, I'm impressed with that setup. You can see how comfortable that 3-4 Blue Devils players were serving around there, and man, I gotta tell you that was very impressive.
They've had some pretty good defensive stops throughout the last couple of quarters, and that was very huge for them to try to get back into the deficits, get back into the leads, and just create those turnovers and easy takeaways right there. And that's huge. Forcing them to take a timeout in overtime with these are only 5-minute overtimes, so not a whole lot of time to really make quick decisions, but still, it's huge to make a team forced to burn a timeout.
And so Roosevelt will get things going here with Gabby Beggs inbounding the basketball. All right, now things can go here in transition here for the Lakers.
Shot clock inside 5. And she is called for the travel as she tried to go for the shot. So again, another defensive stop right there as Evans really got tangled up.
Looked like she went in a little late. So right now, Blue Devils can hopefully extend the lead here with 2.5 to play in the overtime session.
Fisher. Maggie Long gives it away to Nagel. All the way around to Fisher. Fisher inside 3. Goff down low through traffic, can't finish it.
She nearly had it, Gabby Goff, as she was trying to move away through 2 Lakers players.
Rebounded by Lavasser, quickly in transition, lost the handle, and again loses the handle. It's a scramble for it underneath, kicked out to Urbanski, and that 3 ball goes through. Megan Urbanski with her second 3 ball of the night, and it comes at a crucial time. Fisher down low, and we get a foul called here. Boy, after that real scramble, Lavasser was able to kick it out to Urbanski, and Urbanski made that 3 ball.
Man, I'm surprised Urbanski made that shot.
Urbanski has been rather quiet as one of their top scorers, as Grace Howerton mentioned early on.
Fisher will head to the line, perfect so far in 3-point attempts. 12 points tonight with 6 rebounds.
This is off the mark. These are the crucial shots right here.
She could tie this up right here on this 3-point, on this free throw, excuse me. There you go.
And does just that. We're under 2 minutes to go in overtime. Right here in the LTU Sports Network, Roosevelt and LTU. An absolute treat. China Scott. Urbanski got around, stopped her dribble, kicks out. Beggs, 3 ball, and that one goes through. Gabrielle Beggs making a huge bid. Fisher quickly in transition, kicks it out to Nagel. And
looks like we got a timeout.
Grace Howerton calls the timeout. 1 minute and 12 seconds. The Lakers are really pushing LTU right here to run for their money. I mean, here's what's at stake. Roosevelt's trying to win three consecutive games, and LTU, they're trying to win four of their last 5 games. They're really trying to improve their overall records here, and they're really going after it. They're making both of themselves work for it.
They're going at it one way or another. I mean, it's anybody's game here, especially here in overtime. So make no mistake, these two are not leaving here without a fight. Somebody could get a W here in this game.
I mean, it's been huge, crucial 3-pointers by the Lakers. And despite neither one of these teams have done very well from beyond the arc, Lakers are only 8 of 26, and LTU is 5 of 27. So neither team has been that dominant from downtown, but still, it's crucial shots like that. Urbanski with the 3 and then Beggs with the 3. So it's really the huge shots that are going to come down to right here.
And right now it's time to take focus here for LTU if they want to win this game. And of course, at least tie it up here with a 3.
Nagel will have to inbound from the baseline. Inbound it to Evans. Now Fisher. Long, quickly down the lane. Rebounded by Goff. Jump ball is called. Possession stays with LTU.
Nicely done by Gabby Goff to hang on possession to the ball. Remember, Blue Devils need a 3 to tie it up here.
So again, they'll have to inbound it from baseline. Down low, Goff quickly puts it up and in. So under a minute to go.
1 point game now.
This is really coming down to the wire. They need a huge defensive stop right here. Moore gives it away to Scott. Now McNutt. Shot clock down to 5.
Oh!
Foul is called, and foul is going to be called on Fisher.
Wow.
Boy, McNutt really took a hard drive right there.
I thought it was going to be an offensive foul there on McNutt, but Kendall Fisher just making her way through McNutt.
So this really depicts how it goes. There's about almost a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. As McNutt makes the first bucket, can make this a real game right here. Makes the second.
This is a close one.
Nagel want to bring things up. Fisher, top of the key. 3-ball to tie it, and she does! Fisher ties it at 68. Just like how we ended the fourth quarter. Tied game. Almost a last-second shot right here. Beggs. McNutt. Down to 5, down the lane, and she's fouled, and it's going to be a 3-point opportunity.
Man, I'm so nervous right now.
Foul is on Fisher. That's her 4th. Regardless of what happens here, LTU is going to have to act fast. Grace Hodgson's letting the official know that regardless of what happens, timeout is called.
Man, this is getting intense right now here in the OT.
Boy, 3.9 seconds, a 3-point game. Boy, coming down to the wire. LTU, it really came up with a clutch shot from Fisher to tie it there. Now they got to need another clutch shot to tie it here again.
Yeah, they need a 3-pointer to set this game to double overtime. Man, who knows what could happen here in this game? We have seen some close matches so far, not only on the women's side, but also on the men's side.
No,
so
definitely.
It all comes down to this moment right here.
Sometimes it's the kind of thrill of these non-conference matchups right here. And this is the kind of matchups that you want. Teams that are not having the best of years, but they're on a hot streak. You fight them at their best. And it brings out the best in yourself, too. So LTU is going to have to act quickly. But they will have a good enough opportunity as they will inbound it from the sideline in front of their own bench.
One shot can make a difference here. Right now, LTU needs a 3 to tie.
So here we go. Long to inbound as they go way out for Fisher. Fisher, one last second shot. And the shot does not go off in time. And it's the Lakers who pull away with the victory here in overtime. So a valiant effort on both sides. And it's Roosevelt University who pulls away with the victory right here in overtime in Southfield.
Man, both teams had to fight it out to the very end in regulation and in overtime. Man, hats off to both of these teams. But in the end, LTU comes up short with a 3-point loss against Roosevelt. But man, like I said, hats off to both of these teams for a great effort in both regulation and in overtime.
Overtime basketball here in Southfield. So for Roosevelt University, they have won 3 consecutive games, and LTU's record drops 1 more. They are now 5-7 overall. So that's going to conclude our coverage here at Don Ruther Fieldhouse on the LTU Sports Network. Tune in on Saturday when you see these same Blue Devils come in action against the Racers of Uno, that is University of Northwestern Ohio. So for Jan Vilker, I'm John Stowe saying we'll see you next time. Have a great night.